Hey YouTube, this is the Retro Reseller coming back to you with another video of my sales over the past couple of weeks / months. I finally have gotten settled enough to be able to put together one of these videos, and these are some of my most watched videos, so hey, why not do one? Let's start. I'm just going to go straight through these. I have a lot of things to cover here, but maybe these will spark some ideas for you. Maybe even you'll remember some of the things that you see in a video like this next time you're going to the thrift store, but just leave some for me, especially if you're in the Tampa area here. Talking to you, Rockstar Thrifter. And then if you have any questions, please put those down in the comment section, and I will try to answer those as soon as I can. I'll try to get to you within 24 hours. And then I want to encourage you. I started a Facebook page for a community of sellers, and I know a lot of you already are a part of Facebook pages, but I'm trying to start one together to be able to help each other out, ask questions to each other about selling on eBay. This is for eBay sellers exclusively. If you sell on Amazon and things, that's great. Just limit the questions and things on this group to just eBay. And that would be eBay Sellers United. eBay Sellers United. You can find me, Corey Estep, COREYESTEP, on Facebook, and you can find my group that way as well. So let's start out. This was going back a little ways, October 2nd. So it has been quite a while since I've made one of these videos, but October 2nd sold this for $89.99, and I paid $10 for this. Leather jacket, Air Force A2 style jacket. Cricketeer 3-piece. Any of these 3-piece suits, I've told you before, any of the 3-piece suits, no matter what the brand, sells well. $10 is what I paid for this. Sold it for $84. Calvin Klein, that peak lapel is starting to come back. That pinstripe is always in style. $89.99, and I paid $10 for this one as well. Most of these suits I paid $10 for. Now we're getting into some shoes here. Shoes, I try to stay within a profit margin of trying to get triple what I paid for it, and I actually only paid about $4 for these, so I got more than that. So these Alden is the brand here, and it's a certain style. I'm not sure if you can actually, you probably can't even see that, but it says Alden Pedic. I think I had to actually do some extra research to find out what brand this was, but I knew Alden's. It just was a unique style, Alden Pedic. And these had a very thick insole, but they're kind of an orthopedic shoe. But they also paid $10 for shipping. Notice most of these people are paying shipping as well, so it's not hurting me at all. The acid wash punk denim is coming back, and in a lot of ways, this one's Sherpa lined, so that just means it's like that poofy, there it is right there, gives you an idea. It's that extra warm layer on the inside, and it sold for $29.99. I paid $4 for this one as well. You might ask me, where do you find this stuff? I find it Goodwill. I find it at I'll even go to consignment stores like a Plato's Closet. You'll see a couple things in here. I think I threw a couple in here that I got at consignment stores. I've even bought things brand new with tags. I bought a couple things on here at Dillard's that we'll get to, and I only paid $6.99 for them, $6.99. You just got to go at the right time and kind of get lucky. But this jacket, I paid $4.99 for it, so $5, $41. There were 11 bids on this, so that shows you I also do some auctions if it sits for a while. See, I had this thing sitting for $29.99 for the longest time, and then I do it. I think I started at $9.99 on my bids, and it went up to $41. So you never know. Plus $12.80 shipping. Wow, that's a little high on the shipping. I hope they didn't dock me. Cole Haan, always a great brand to sell, especially if it has the Nike Air insoles, and obviously they don't any longer. They've Nike or Cole Haan bought themselves out, and so Nike no longer owns them, but the old Nike Air are in high demand. Just a quick little note here, some of you have been asking how do you make your pictures to where it's a whited out background. This is just, I just have two lighting sources, one on either side, coming from this direction and this direction, And then I just have a white poster board that's curled in the back. And I'll have to show you one time. And actually, I have a video with my photography information on it. And so you can see how I take pictures of things. It was kind of a hodgepodge video because I didn't have my studio fully set up. But I will try to make another one with more in detail as to what I do. I paid $6 for these. Yep. $6 for these. Sold them for $50.99, $6 shipping. Nike Roche is a popular style of the Nike shoes. I don't always sell. I used to buy running shoes a lot, but really there are only a couple of brands, a couple of models with sell well if they're the Kayano recent brands, Kayano 22, 23. The Nike sells well if it's the Air Jordans, obviously, or the running shoes would be the Roche prints. And the print is what sold it. So it's like that, I don't even know what you'd call it. It's that striped, almost a zebra look to it. But the fabric top there, you can kind of see what it's made of. But these were in really good condition. I paid a little bit more for these. I think I paid $12 for these, but they still sold for $60, so I'll take that turnaround. Circle of Gentlemen, this is one that I found in a Seattle thrift store, and I paid $2 for this. Yes, in Seattle, I paid $2 for this. I'll show you what the tag looks like. I couldn't figure out where this comes from. If you know, tell me in the comments, like what store you can buy this. Maybe a Nordstrom's or something. I didn't really do too much research. This sat on there for a couple of weeks, and I took a best offer of $42. I had it listed for $60. That's my wife, actually, modeling the Cole Haan jacket. Now, I listed this last March, and it just now sold. And so that shows you that it's seasonal, obviously. And I took a best offer on this one, so $75 is what I paid. And not what I paid. I definitely didn't pay $75 for it. Somebody did, not me. I paid, I think, $10 for this. I'm going back pretty far in my memory as to what I paid for this, but $10 is what I think I paid. Now, this is one of my Dillard's finds. I always suggest, if you have the time, make a collage. Make a collage of photos. On my Mac, I use a program called Photor, and whatever collage program you can find, it's freeware, but it's more appealing to the person scrolling through. But I paid $6.99 for these. The G Stars do well, and I sold 2 pairs of these, identical in size, for the same price, $50. See, you can see 2 sold right there. The SAD, seasonal affectiveness disorder, is what that stands for people cooped up in the winter and the gloominess of winter. It can really take a toll on you. And so this light actually mimics sunlight, and people need this. Psychologists, I think it is, would prescribe something like this. And so we sold this for $40, paid $2 for it. One of the best made shirts in the world, Eton of Sweden, sometimes you'll see it put. I paid $5 each, so $10 for the lot, and sold them for $78. They did have a personalized tag in them. You can see it, Kevin Horner there. And but they are originally $265 each. $265 each is what they originally sell for. So $78 is a steal used. Allen Edmonds, I sold some boots like this earlier. These were actually mine for a while. I wore them, and I wasn't a huge fan of the style of them. Very limited as to what I can wear with them. So I decided to sell them again. I bought them, I think, $30, but I bought them for me at Burlington Coat Factory a while back. And but they had the Harris tweed on the side, the accents there. Sold them for $110 with shipping combined. Paul Bentley, this was actually just in a free box somewhere that I picked up, so I paid $0 for this and sold it for $60. Can't ask for better than that. Starter is still selling well. I had to wait for a little while, but this satin snap jackets do really, really well, especially with the big logo. And this doesn't have the logo on the back, but it had the logo on the front. It's the old school Minnesota Twins jacket. And this sold for $60. I paid $7. North Face, I paid a little more for this. I paid $10 for this one, but sold it for $50. Just because of the North Face. I did buy this one at a consignment shop, but I got it in the clearance section. It's crazy how Goodwill will find a North Face anything and they'll put a $50 price tag on it, no problem. But here I am selling used things for $50, so who am I to talk, right? Peter Millar is another good brand. This is a Nordstrom's brand, a Dillard's brand. Some of these high-end department stores carry this brand. $50 was the selling price. $4 was my price. I paid $2 for this like a year ago, and finally it sold. The Disneyland, and the reason I bought it, I was going through and I saw that Disney, but it was Disneyland Resort of Paris. So those are rare over here in the United States. So I grabbed a hold of it, and it's wool. So that alone should have a selling quality to it. It sat for a while, and I actually put the price down to about $30 at one point, but I decided with winter coming, I'm going to pop the price back up, and sure enough, there's something about a higher price psychologically with a buyer that makes them hit that buy button. Harris Tweed, this is a dead brand from about February till about September, but October, November, December, January, wow. It takes off. This is a seasonal thing, obviously, but if you can ever find one of these for the right price, I bought this on eBay for $5 and paid $5 for shipping, so $10 total, so $55. Yes, I do buy some things on eBay. This sat for a while too. Piacenza is the brand, and I'll show you what it looks like. Piacenza, and it's made of alpaca, 100% alpaca. And this was one of my early, before I got my studio lighting, this was my clamp lighting. That's that far back, but it's finally sold it for $90, paid $6. This is one of my favorite finds, and my next one is actually my favorite find probably ever. But this is one of my favorites. No, it did not sell for $189.99. I wish it sold for $189.99. But I had some guy get in contact with me within 24 hours of listing it. And he says, I've been looking for this thing. The highest I can go is $100. And so I said, you know what? $100. I only paid $2.50. So I said, let's do it. So we made it happen. And now I have $100 in my pocket. And then finally, my favorite one, I found this Zegna Trofeo silk, and yes, it did sell for that price, $399.99. I paid $6 for it, folks. And this one actually fit me really, really well. And it was very difficult to get these wrinkles. You can still see a couple of wrinkles left in it, but I took a steamer to it. But man, what a gorgeous coat it was. And I wore it for a while. But one thing about this jacket, even in the winter, in Florida especially, you sweat in it. It's very hot. It holds the heat in. But this was just, I mean, you can just tell it's working cuffs, pick stitching. There's the tag for you to be able to see what the brand looks like. But that window pane plaid was such a beautiful coat. It was difficult letting it go, but at the same time, it was very easy letting it go for $400. So that's my video. That's what I've sold over the past couple months. So let me know in the comments, or let me know in the new Facebook group, what have you found recently that's impressive? I mean, eBay surprises me all the time. I can't believe people pay for these things, but hey, as long as they're paying, I'll keep selling. And while you're selling too, I wish you the best. May God bless you and your eBay business.